Welcome to Retiread, where we cover in 35 minutes the major takeaways from some of the books that I've read over the years that have made the most significant impact on me. If we all spent more time reading books and less time consuming news and social media, I contend that we'd all be more happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. In keeping with our themes of reviewing books by the mentors of mine, our second book is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. If you've never heard of Dave Ramsey, I'm not sure where you've been. He's got one of the number one finance talk radio shows in the nation and is author of multiple books and a financial class. We talked about him a little bit back in episodes 9 and 10, Is Dave Ramsey Wrong?, where we talked about 5 of his most controversial statements and whether he was wrong or his detractors were wrong. You can go listen to those if you want to know more. His book, The Total Money Makeover, was my first real experience with personal financial planning. I picked up the book on a recommendation from someone else and thought I would listen to it over a few days. I listened to the audio and listened through the whole thing in one sitting without stopping. It was that good. From there began my obsession and love of personal finance and helping other people to achieve their own financial success. So, a couple of key takeaways from this book. First, denial. He talks about it right away in the book, that many of us are in denial about how bad our finances are. We know they could be better, but we don't really ever want to stop and take a full inventory of where we are for fear of what we may discover. Denial is the first thing that we must conquer if we want to have a total money makeover, if we want to really win with our finances and be successful. And he takes it head on in chapter 1. Takeaway number 2, money myths. He spends the next 2 chapters talking about many of the myths that we believe about finances. A lot of these myths are taught to us from other potential financial gurus or from marketing agencies or big companies or banks, and he systematically debunks and destroys many of them over the next couple of chapters. It really was eye-opening for me originally, and I think a lot of these things most people simply don't know. It is truly amazing to see the things that we think we believe and then to see them destroyed. Get the book to learn about all these different myths and to hear them systematically destroyed. Takeaway number 3, he lays out a step-by-step plan for improving your finances. It's not just a whole bunch of things that you need to think about and figure out for yourself, but rather step-by-step, this is exactly what you should do and in the order that you should do them. If you do these steps, what he calls the baby steps, you will win with money. They can improve anyone's lives, whether you're in total shambles or whether you're already pretty successful with money. These steps can help. He calls them baby steps because too often we try to fix all of our problems, all of our issues at once. And that's not the way it works. The way to eat an elephant is one step at a time, one small step forward. By laying out the plan as steps, he can help anyone, including you, to win with money. And takeaway number 4 for me was the belief that this book instills. It's not just facts and it's not just boring statistics about finances and calculations, but rather stories and impactful testimonials about how people have won with money using these steps. It really makes you fired up, and I would highly recommend that if you listen to audio at all, that you get the audiobook version of it. Dave Ramsey narrates it himself, and as a radio host, he really knows how to speak to an audio audience. If you want to pick up a copy of the book, there'll be links in the show notes to both the physical copy and to the audiobook, and you can jump on it right there and pick up your own. I highly encourage you to read this if you haven't yet, and even more so, to grab the audio and listen to it. It will be worth the money spent and then some. I don't know how it would be possible for you to not spend the money on this book and not come ahead by doing even one of the steps in it. Get the book, make over your life, and stay tuned for more impactful books from the Retiread series. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.